All right, so here he is, the former UFC interim title challenger, Josh Emmett, and a lot of people believed, even before he sent Bryce Mitchell to the Shadow Realm, that he was the most powerful featherweight in the world. And he knocked out Bryce Mitchell at 38 years of age, and he did it after successive losses to Yair Rodriguez and Ilia Topuria. There is plenty of fight left in the dog, Josh Emmett, and I would argue that this is a guy that could realize success deep into his 40s. Wrestled at Menlo College and NAIA school, can lean on that part of his game if need be. But you know what Josh Emmett's trying to do. He's trying to send you to the hospital with his right hand. All right, so here he is, the former Strikeforce welterweight champion, Nick Diaz. Stars don't burn much brighter than this, DC. Good to see Nick back on the proving ground tonight.
It's great to see Nick back in the octagon, a guy that every time he makes the walk, you know you are going to get a great fight. He's going to start going at you the moment the referee says fight. He's going to be talking. He'll be trying to slap you. He'll be hitting you with the jab. And if you make the mistake of just taking him down, Nick Diaz has a great jiu-jitsu game. Unbelievable submission ability, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt with black belt boxing.
Yep.
That's Nick Diaz.
Lifetime in the sport, made his UFC debut all the way back at UFC 44 against Jeremy Jackson in 2003. Nick Diaz. And that means we are set for our main event of the evening. Our tale of the tape for this lightweight championship fight. All right, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Josh CCO Emmett. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC Lightweight Champion of the World, Nick Diaz!
Herb Dean, our third man in the octagon for this one. All right, big spot here for Josh Emmett. He is headlined for the MMA leader. Obviously had a big win June of 2022 against Calvin Kattar. And now the focus is on the finish. Forget risk management. He's going to go for it here tonight as he did against Calvin Kattar. And he believes if he can get an early knockout, ideally in this round here, that he will be next to fight for the UFC featherweight title. Nice lead hook by Josh Emmett. All right, nice shot there on the feet by Josh Emmett. You can argue he's the most power-packing featherweight we have, and his power certainly was heard from there.
I mean, he's a powerhouse. And the crazy thing is, like, this guy's a wrestler. He's a guy that you would expect to be taking you down. But Josh Emmett has power in his hands. He understands that, recognizes that, and he uses that to his advantage.
Rubber guard now, DC. Some submissions at his disposal if he so chooses.
Yeah, he does have a couple submissions. They're very rare.
All right, so he's setting up for a submission here.
What a tight arm bar. He's got it locked in.
Whoa! Submission defense. He gets out.
I mean, the calmness in that moment. It looks looked like the fight was over, he was able to clear his head, put the guy into the mount. Not a great position, but much better than getting his arm snapped in half from an armbar.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Diaz. Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight.
Nice.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this.
Yes, they have to be mature about the fact that this is a real fighting position, and the guy on top has a lot of opportunities to finish. If he's going to attack this north-south choke, he's got to drive that shoulder deep into his neck, really start to sink his weight away, which will in turn cut the oxygen from his opponent, allowing him to get the finish.
Nice punch there by Josh Emmett.
So he needs to mix it up. He needs to start kicking more.
All right, single collar tie now.
Big punch from the clinch.
Under a minute now to go in this one. Some damage being doled out, and now some swelling upstairs on his opponent.
He's not moving his head effectively. He's trying to be face first. Look, you don't have to prove how tough you are. You got to move your head, be active. Don't be reactive in your defenses.
Oh, he scored with that uppercut. Nice. Nicely done. He'll engage in a single collar tie. Second round, straight ahead. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The match, he's in trouble.
Oh, nice connection with that punch. It's one thing to have an edge to reach. It's another to take advantage. Nicely done. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah.
Gets on the feet. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that overhand right, he hurt people bad. This guy has his opponent hurt very badly again.
All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the water, and now his opponent's back to the power shots landing on both sides, and the chins continue to hold up. Look for him to throw that overhand here again. Nice jab by Diaz.
He's throwing these punches in combination, really dictating the pace of his opponent.
Place shot there, DC. He is officially rocked.
A big, massive hook that really has put his opponent on skates.
Oh! Oh!
Big right hand.
Well, maybe he'll look to set up that hook again. He's stopped trying to recover here. Less than 2 minutes now to go in round two. Oh, a nice inside leg kick landed there by him. All right, so the big storyline in this one, his offensive prowess, particularly when it comes to landing those hooks. And I know you like to play Tony Romo. You think he goes back to it here? What?
I am almost certain that he's going to go back to that. Nice shot there by the champ.
Well, I'm not sure if I should knock his fight IQ, but it seems like he's sort of playing around here. It feels like the finish is there for the taking.
Yeah, the finish is there. And he needs to take his time to try and find it. Don't rush. Be patient. And in that patience, you'll find the punch or kick that will put your opponent out.
Oh, Diaz's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. Just misses with a left hook there.
That was a...
Oh, what a way to end the round. Saved by the bell. He got stunned by a huge shot right before the horn. And now, a little bit gingerly, he makes his way back to the stool. And he's only got 60 seconds to recover here. So we'll see if his corner, physically, mentally, can keep this fighter in the fight. All right, let's now look back at some of the action from that round. He went headhunting, landed, nearly got the finish, too.
A lot of coaches tell you don't headhunt. In this case, he's been headhunting, and he landed a big enough shot to truly put his opponent on notice.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished. Nice strike. Hurt him again.
Emmett.
He didn't like that left hand.
Back to the feet now.
Oh, he landed. He hurt him.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Diaz. Let's go. Get him off here. Get him off. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
Nice transition.
Well, the cut man's getting excited, but nobody else is. That cut's getting worse by the minute.
Every time he gets hit there, it gets a little bit messier. Big ground and pound.
Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here. All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man. I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's
right.
Very dangerous. But if you...
Oh, big shots here. Oh, this one could be over soon.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Oh, man, the blood is flowing now. I know a lot of you like that. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Oh, he's going for his arm now.
It's tight.
Back and forth we go. This might be it.
This cannot happen much longer.
That'll do it!
Holy smokes.
Unbelievable. Wow, an unbelievable result here tonight by way of submission, and he bided his time there. He stayed patient, waited for an opening, and then when it was there, he certainly capitalized to get the tap here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He does a great job of staying patient. He doesn't rush or panic. You are never safe when you're fighting this guy. You're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble the entire time when you're this good in the submission.
The official decision is in. We said it inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 54 seconds of the third round for the winner by submission, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Nick Diaz.
Nick Diaz, ladies and gentlemen, probably will be a subdued celebration as usual, but make no mistake about it. This was a big win here tonight and a very impressive performance out of Nick Diaz.